definitely homecoming revenge game for him.
Absolutely. And a 4-3-3 for Joe Jovanovski and co. in Cleveland SC. Ryan Poling starting in between the sticks. Yulito Fuentes and Alexandru Rumlianski starting the outsides of the back four. It's Naguki and Zebrak. It's Sarver sprinting through the center. Wants a foul. Head official says no. It'll go back to the back line. Daniel Korniorczyk, Daniel Treganson, and Keegan Dawson. A very strong midfield trio in the center of the pitch. And up front, it's Aiden Bozak, the recently graduated John Carroll player, Petr Janjatovic, the rising sophomore at Cleveland State, and up front, a familiar face for me in OAC action, the Ohio Northern striker, it's Ryan Summerfield. So without further ado, let's finally get into the action here as it's Sam Sarver playing into the back. Levi Stevens dropping back from the midfield, Nathan Childress, or Josh Childress. Definitely had to get my stuff straight. NPSL, the Squatty app, not being too cooperative today, so didn't get all the names down. It is Nathan Childress, of course, the former legendary NBA role player.
It's opening day for everyone.
Yes, here comes Giannis Schmidt running through the center, trying to play a ball through. Sarver bringing it down, but not enough. It's controlled by Naguki. One of the few returning Cleveland SC players, was part of that legendary AFC Cleveland team that won the NPSL championship back in 2016. Now it's Janjatovic. There's a couple appearances under his belt. Janjatovic actually playing in the U.S. Open Cup match against the Richmond Kickers last spring. So a professional game under his belt before he turns 20. It's definitely something to be happy about.
Akron City ball.
Another key player for Akron City on the bench, Aiden Wolf, having an expansive experience with Columbus Crew at the MLS Next and Columbus Crew Academy levels. As play will stop, I reckon it's going to be a free kick here for Akron City.
Yeah, Akron City too. A lot of guys not here. Their Ohio State contingent on the trip to England, not yet with the team, but when they get those guys back, man, that is a dangerous team.
It's going to be a very scary team. Luciano Pacoda, former Ignatius Wildcat, as well as Patrick McLaughlin, two former All-Americans out of Wildcat High, as well as Tomaso Villa, a legend in that opening season of Cleveland Forces. This one swung it over the box, and now it's Sarver inside of the 18. Quickly closed down, and Korniorczyk will clean things up. Linking up with Fuentes to get out of that pickle, but dribbling straight back into Akron City. Dobrijevic. Sarver on the edge of the 18. Fuentes jockeying for possession. All coming free, and a relentless press, and Dobrijevic gets the last laugh as that ball last bouncing off of Fuentes.
Akron City FC ball.
And now it will be a throw. This is going to be Orel Veit from Ashland University, the German. Sends this one back to Childress. Trying to lay it off. Not quite on the same page there, Veit and Childress, as Cleveland SC take this one back. A great give and go. Janjatovic now has to put that speed to use on the breakaway. Laying it off, and Summerfield just can't get there. Bowden well off of his line to clean things up, but fairly promising stuff. Catching Akron City a little bit off their feet right there, Eli.
That counter looked nice. Good link-up play. Just two guys able to get the ball all the way up the field.
Long ball from Schmidt. Here comes Sarver with that blistering pace down the right-hand side. Fuentes, what a tackle! What a tackle, Yulito Fuentes. Tracking down the reigning third-team All-American in Division I, Samuel Sarver. And some early heroics from the Twinsburg native. Cleveland SC got to get this ball out of their own third. It's picked up by Dobrijevic, lining one up and just over the bar, clanking off the bottom of the football uprights and out for a goal kick.
Second time now, Cleveland SC has given the ball away inside their own, around their own 18-yard box. So that's going to be interesting. You talked about their midfield line, how strong it is, how that's where most of the experience is, but they got to get the ball to the midfielders first. Seems like back four having trouble getting it out of their own territory.
Yeah, a whole lot of press coming in from this Akron City team, and what better personnel than guys like Dobrijevic, Sarver, and Kingsford to keep that back four on their toes. as it's Naguki and Zebrak as the center backs, the Padova Italian native Alexandru Rumlianski, and Yulito Fuentes as the left back. As this one's brought over top, Kingsford bringing it down. Controlled by Rumlianski. Fuentes playing it into the middle. Now it's with Aiden Bozak. His first touches on the ball. 52 appearances under his belt as a John Carroll blue streak. Fuentes, whole lot of pressure from Sarver, but using those quick feet to good use. Rumlianski plays Summerfield. Briefly tangled up with Yevtic. It's played back. With the top ball tapped up into the air. Cheeky push in the back by Childress. No foul. Leaving Reed Ayers on the sideline just a little bit bewildered. So now is what's Quinn Groves, another guy who's Clevelander at heart, is I believe entering his senior year, at Cleveland State University. Played on that inaugural Cleveland Force team and also got some touches in for Cleveland SC last season. So a whole lot of familiar faces on this pitch on both sides of the ball. Of course, with so many differences in the coaching staffs and the personnel of these teams, does it really make that much of a difference in the end, Eli?
I mean, so many moving pieces, new faces on each side. I'm surprised if they even know everyone's name yet on each team.
Giannis Schmidt trying to cut towards his right. Picked off by the captain for tonight for the boys in orange, Daniel Konarczyk. Had a solid season as well with the MLIS championship winning Cleveland Crunch. Dobrijevic trying to play that one up. It's broken up, and now Akron City trying to work with some minimal open green on the right-hand side of the pitch. Groves trying an overlapping run, but picked up nicely by Bozak. Janjatovic in the center. Dobrijevic putting in a nice challenge, but that one will count against Akron City.
Cleveland SC free kick.
Yeah, it was the Akron City backline that gave that ball away, much like we've seen Cleveland do a couple times already. I think this game is really going to be won within those matchups when the forwards come high and press and how the backline responds.
Absolutely, and I think Cleveland SC just a little bit on the back foot to kick things off, and yeah, Summerfield way off sides. It's just going to let that one flow back to Bowden. But yeah, just a little bit on the back foot so far, Eli, and letting Akron City settle into their press, that's their biggest mistake thus far. And if they can start to kind of avoid that press a little bit and move a little bit more momentum up forward, I think they'll have something really going for them. But as of now, checkmate Akron City as we speak. Childress. Over the top, Yulito Fuentes playing it back to Poling. Clears this one out of bounds into the 6th City Syndicate.
Fantastic name for a supporter group, by the way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's been a staple of this club for quite some time. Got their own banners down there and everything. It's so lit our river burns, one of them reads.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, it certainly is. As Summerfield jumped off the ball there nicely by Danilo Bakoc. Plays it back to an empty corner, but Bowden sprinting to track that one down. Cleveland SC kind of settling into somewhat of a 4-4-1-1 on the defensive side of things, pushing those wingers back. Janjatovic and Bozak certainly going to have more obligations on the defensive side of the ball tonight, given the menace those front three possess. So Fuentes sling him off the ball again, surprisingly. Fuentes really holding his own back there. This one just barely getting over. Now here comes Cleveland SC. Ganson trying to take it himself, but met with quite the medley of opposition through the center. And they'll let that one trickle right back to Ty Bowden once again. Bowden and McLaughlin, and Patrick McLaughlin, who's, like we said, just coming back from England recently, will start with the team this upcoming week. But that's going to be quite the battle at the goalkeeping position. Of course, we know if you're a local Clevelander, you probably are familiar with Patrick McLaughlin, just how good he was at the high school level. First year, he redshirted at Ohio State University, but Bowden, on the other chance, just recently winning GMAT Goalkeeper of the Year also making the first team and second team all-conference in the last 2 years at Ashland.
It's a good problem to have if you're Akron City FC, 2 goalies of that kind of caliber.
Cleveland SC free kick.
Certainly does bring some stuff to the table as Childress just tripping someone up on the far side. Now a free kick here for Cleveland SC. We'll see what they can do from about 40 or so yards from goal. It's Bozak and Fuentes over it. Bozak bending this one into the box. Headed out, but the ball's still in a position of menace. Jerganson, unfortunately, just heading it straight back to the opposition. Puts in a solid challenge, but
Akron City FC ball.
a futile attempt is Akron City will just win the throw. "17 minutes into the contest, whoever's running the scoreboard probably thought that it was supposed to count down, but it counts up. So not sure if it'll affect any of our friends at home, but 57-22 in other words. Well, I can't do math either. It's
40
actually,
or 45?
Yeah, well, it's supposed to start at 0. I'm assuming
yeah.
whoever set up the scoreboard thought it was supposed to count down, but for NPSL, USL2, all those leagues, it does count up. As this one's sent back to Konjarczyk. Rumliansky flicking it into the box. Headed away, right back with the fullback. It's brought back out to Sarver, trying to circumnavigate Fuentes, and Fuentes gets the best of him again and draws a foul. I gotta say, I'm quite impressed with what I'm seeing from our left back so far, Eli.
I mean, against the guy of Sarver's caliber, that first slide tackle was incredible, and then just holding him off there in a battle of strength. He's shown the speed, he's shown the touch, the finesse. I mean, so far, first 13 minutes, it's been all good.
Unfortunately, we're going to have to be doing some math up here. And unfortunately for our fans at home, you are currently being talked to by a communications major and a broadcast journalism major. So our math skills, not exactly top of the line. And that's quite the understatement. Long ball flicked into the 18, and Quinn Groves is just going to let this one out for a goal kick.
I think Sarver switching sides now.
Yeah, looks like he is. I believe the fullbacks also switch sides, as Veet is now on the far side, and Quinn Groves joins us on the near side at left back. Something he is certainly familiar with, as he actually played center back for Cleveland SC, played left back for Cleveland Force. So plays a variety of different spots for the Vikings as well. So he's very well versed, especially in a back four, in any position, what have you. As Cleveland SC trying to get the ball out, Jonas Schmidt applying some excellent pressure, winning the ball back. It's a great win by Treganson. Childress winning it, stiff-arming Summerfield in the process, and then gets bullied on his own right, and it's out now for a throw.
Yeah, third of the way through the first half here. It really has that first game feel, especially with these teams with all these new players, just trying to figure out what their identity is and what role they play.
Of course, and both teams have, some hoops to jump over even after this game. As we said, it's going to take a lot of adapting on Akron City's side, but as well as Cleveland SC's side, as great win by Yevtich, but still in bounds for Cleveland SC. Couldn't keep that one in as it's out of bounds for a throw-in. But yeah, I mean, a lot of some international guys at Notre Dame College weren't properly registered. I've heard a lot of register issues with a lot of different teams around the area, so certainly not alone in that, right? But you'll see Cadu Almeida, a striker from Brazil, coming out of Notre Dame College, as well as 2 defenders, Lucas Oliveira and I believe Jordan Lewis are the other 2 defenders from Notre Dame College that have yet to be registered properly for this Cleveland SC team. But once they do, that'll be some extra meat and potatoes to an already young, bright, vibrant side. We already talked about the Ohio State gentleman waiting to join Akron City FC. There's Treganson. As that ball clipped away, Zebrak getting a bit ahead of himself, tapping that one backwards, but Naguki taking care of it. Sent over the top, and Summerfield caught off sides once again. That one's certainly a little bit wishy-washy, but nonetheless, Akron City will kick right back off. Childress dispossessed by Keegan Dawson. And Cleveland SC drawing the foul. Childress certainly getting on top of the physical game, so far. It's been a while since I've properly called a game. I believe 2.5 months, take it or leave it. So certainly a lot of stuttering and maybe some words that just don't need to be said coming out of my mouth, but bear with me.
It's harder than it seems, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, a little bit. Long ball towards the top of the 18, just evading 3 men at the top of the box for Cleveland SC. Once again out for a goal kick here for Ty Bowden.
It seems like those long crosses, those set pieces from farther out haven't clicked just yet, but there's definitely promise and flashes in each one.
Absolutely, and you start to see the momentum shift a little bit more with Cleveland SC. I think we're certainly at a narrow contest now, but definitely neutralized a lot of Akron City's initial energy.
Yeah, it's been a while since we saw the ball in the feet of 9 and White, too. It's been a while since they saw Sarver on this, since he's flipped sides.
Yeah, as now he's got Groves to feed him the ball along the sideline. Receive it, and Vrumlianski deals with it accordingly. Out for a throw now for Cleveland SC again. Akron City, this is their 3rd season as a club, have never gotten a win over Cleveland SC, and they're really hoping to do that today to kick their season off on the right foot. As Groves slows things down, plays it backwards to Danilo Bakoc. Flicking this one up the line. Sarver heading it down for Groves. It's out for a throw, and head official will say Akron City ball. Played out wide right. Here comes Akron City. Fuentes put to the test and succeeds with some help from Dobriewicz's clumsy touch on the right-hand flank. And it's going to be out for a goal kick now. That one just gets out of Trichansen's reach, and a brilliant win there from Alec Naguki. Muscling Kingsford to the ground. Now Bozak. It's back with Yulito Fuentes, who just opts to lay it off for Keegan Dawson. A good deep lying 6 for Cleveland SC to have. Saw him in one of the first home games last season at Case Western Reserve against Carpathia FC. Play an absolute peach of a ball to Carter Hancock for a wonderful equalizing goal. Just great long ball, excellent vision on him. A great mental game. It really makes him translate the others on the field. Overall, a great piece, and Joe Jovanovski had to be kicking his feet up in the air knowing that he got his hands on him for another season.
I mean, it feels like the best teams always have that defensive-minded midfielder that just controls the game. It's a huge part in the game of soccer.
And coming in from Avon as well as Ryan Poling. Avon always a great hot spot for young players around the area. We have one on the bench, Case Western's Sean Wilson. A great give and go. Rumlianski taking his time, waiting for some help down the sideline, and yeah, Groves chopping him down. May have gotten the ball, but went through the man first, and it'll be a free kick now for Cleveland SC.
This will be interesting. Free kick in a dangerous place. First time we've seen one of these swung in corners, or crosses, excuse me. Looks like Jorgensen's going to step up to take it.
We'll see what he's capable of on this one. Most bodies aligning just inside of the penalty spot Looking to make a run into the 6. Treganson scans his parameters, sends this one in towards the back post. Doesn't find the head of anyone over the masses. And Veet will let this one roll out for Akron City to re-begin their journey up the pitch. Throws it in at Janis Schmidt, just getting tripped up by Janjatovic. Akron City, though, with a quick restart. Now this is Kingsford. Can't win that one. Zebrak flying off of the general equilibrium of the back line to kick that one away. Here's Childress. Quick feet, plays left for Sarver. Oh, and Sarver just skying past Rumlianski, trying to square it into the center. The Italian taps that one back out of bounds and out for a corner kick. Akron City have a solid chance here. Cleveland SC loading up the box on the defensive side. Just one of their players outside of the 18 right now. It'll be Janjatovic.
Seems like Cleveland SC has a little height advantage for an in-swinging ball.
Sarver sends this one in, and yep, right on the money. Yeah, 6'4" Noah Zebrak clears that one out. This one crossed in and off the crossbar. Did not look nearly as promising from up here, but we're in business now. Schmidt trying a chip shot, and that one just over the bar.
Kind of came out of nowhere. Looked like it was flying past that far post and ricocheted off the top bar. Bit shocking. Lucky that didn't drop in. Would have been quite the goal.
Starting the back, Fuentes. Kunjarczyk. Zebrak in the center. Nothing short of a brick wall, that man, for Ohio Northern University. So we're now in the, as the clock says, the 70th minute of play, but about 25 minutes in. Zebrak tries to line up a long ball. No one in sight. Is Jeftic taking back possession for the visitors. Taking a couple deflections, and Naguki winning it back. Excellent one-time passing from Cleveland SC. That's lost by Summerfield. Now Sarver dancing through the center. Janis Schmidt moving right. Squared into the center, Kingsford. Almost getting a foot on it, still in bounds. Fuentes keeping it alive. Bozak plays Dawson, who tries a long ball. Bozak's just going to boot this one up the pitch to kill some time.
Yeah, low cross is always scary because it doesn't even take a good strike to put it in. It could take a weird deflection off any of the 22 players on the pitch. Still counts the same.
Guki chipping a ball now over to the right-hand side for Alexandru Rumlianski. And assistant referee says throw in for Akron City. Chipping this one forward. Treganson couldn't quite get to it, and this is what you do not want to see, is Sammy Sarver with a little bit of space, tripped up just outside of the box by Rumlianski, and if it's a free kick in a tasty-looking position now for the visitors.
Yeah, Sarver, sometimes that's the only way you can stop him when he's got the momentum like that, is just bring him down probably 6 yards outside the box. So, like you said, dangerous couple minutes here.
Now Dobrojevich and Quinn Groves are looking over this one.
Akron City FC free kick.
Really solid positioning here. It's about 25 yards out from goal. Ryan Poling stands in a wall of 5 men plus 1 laying down underneath for any tricky shots underneath the wall. Dobrojevich lining this one up, gets it under the wall, but straight into Ryan Poling's gloves. We're approaching the 30-minute mark here at Finnie Stadium. It's our PA guy, Sean Bartzak, trying to bring back the trio of woos. Ric Flair style, something that we've been doing ever since I've been watching Cleveland SC games. And actually brought it in, and he was a substitute PA guy for the Cleveland Crunch, and it went really well with a sold-out Sportsplex. So, you know, again, just trying to engage those fans and bring them to life with the Six City Syndicate, making some noise across from our point of view here.
I got the drum, you know. They're making some noise, you know. Not many numbers, but they're still loud.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, really all you need is a drum and a few grown men for a fan section in this area, and typically you'll have a pretty solid group,
right.
You know.
Those Crunch games, from what I did see, though, looked pretty electric.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. And it's one of those things where a lot of people come because, you know, they think to themselves, oh, Cleveland Crunch, they were around when I was little, and then
right.
They see, you know, the enjoyable experience and a really solid team, and they decide to stick around. So all 6 home games sold out, and Cleveland SC is looking to replicate that at a much larger Finnie Stadium.
Can't beat a championship-winning team either.
Yeah, absolutely
that
not.
Always brings you back.
You know, given I think the general kind of brown, beigeish tone of Finnie Stadium always makes it look a little bit more dreary than any other stadium makes it out to be. But with that said, everyone really loves the retro look of this place. I adore
right.
it. With the different shades of green between every 5 yards, what have you.
The gray track. That's never seen that. It's interesting. With the little brown spots in the corners.
Yeah, so you know, take it in. Finnie Stadium, Baldwin Wallace University here. NPSL action continuing. Approaching the 30-minute mark. Still scoreless between Cleveland SC and Akron City. Battle for I-77, but Summerfield weaving his way through a handful of Akron City defenders, but again, just not able to track that ball down. Bowden's well off his line. Very quick on his feet, Bowden. You're definitely going to have a little bit more quickness and take care of the ball a lot better if you want to best the Akron keeper. As Childress forgets something behind him, Konyarsik picking it up. Treganson. Bozak sliding one through, and Janjatovic again can't get there. Bowden well off his line. He's got eyes of a hawk back there, Ty Bowden, as now Sarver pushing forward. Slows it down just a little bit for the overlapping Groves. Sarver makes an overlapping run of his own, chipping this one into the box. Fuentes can't win the header. Kingsford gets it, and it's off the back of Fuentes, according to the AR, and it'll be a corner now for Akron City.
Yeah, Fuentes in disbelief that ball allegedly ricocheted off him, but nonetheless, he's going to have to stick in and defend this corner. First one, they played it short and then sent a low ball through. Let's see what they go to here. Sarver taking on both sides.
Sarver plays it short. Falls to Veet in the center. Grabbing at his leg. Official says no contact. Janjatovic trying to chase this one down. Groves had the angle, but Janjatovic had the speed. And it's out of bounds for an Akron City throw. That's excellent transitional defending there from Quinn Groves. Making sure nothing untoward happened.
cross was about one lower bounce away from being pretty dangerous. They had a free man around the edge of the 18, but bounced a little too high, was unable to control the high ball.
Flicked up and over and out of bounds. Another throw here for Akron City.
Really has been Akron City dominant this first half. They've had more chances, although neither team really has had that golden chance, besides that weird cross to hit the crossbar for Akron City, but it feels like they had possession for most of the opening 30.
In the center now, moving with a lot of haste in this overlapping run on the right-hand side, but Veet not quite able to track that one down before crossing the byline. Goal kick, Cleveland SC. In the 33rd minute now, still scoreless. No obscenely good chances for either side besides that one cross that somehow made contact with the crossbar. But other than that, nothing too crazy. Just both teams, a little bumping of chests, trying to find something that breaks the other one down.
It'll be interesting to see how both skippers go into the half and make their adjustments. You know, first game for Cleveland FC, Joe Jovanovski, of course. See what he picks up from the first 45.
Noah Zebrak trickling out wide, making some room for Rumlianski to push up. Poor touch from Dawson. Trying to weave his way around.
Reminder, the official time is kept on the field by the officials.
R.C. Schmieder, but no luck. Kingsford also tripped up, and Fuentes, a little bit of banter there, sending the ball a solid 15 yards the other way. And the official not going to have any of it, usually just a slight warning, but really wants to make sure that all the players set the record straight. He's having none of that, and Fuentes will end up in the books.
Yeah, not sure if that's really yellow worthy at this point. Doesn't seem like he's had too many infractions that would lead up to that. Just a little perturbed with the call. Nonetheless, he'll go into the books. Gonna have to be careful. See if they flip Sarver around to that other side now to try to put the pressure on with the yellow. Although he hasn't been too bad on this side, this near side.
Yeah. Strike of the ball off that free kick only a mother could love as Cleveland SC trying to take it the other way, and Fuentes unfortunately losing it. I use that phrase both ways, so no hard feelings to any Akron City fans there. I'm sure Cleveland SC will find their way to give me an excuse to use that one again, but until then, it's been cleared up, and Sarver with a head of steam forward plays it to his left. Groves lines one up, and it's out for a goal kick. I could have thought that hit the assistant official there.
Yeah, and he was to the right of the corner flag, so not sure.
Unless my thought is maybe it hit that side that's adjacent with the goal, and then I don't know.
No clue.
It's useless arguing because Akron City going to get the ball back anyway. Janis Schmidt with a controlling touch. Jo Dobrajevich trying to play Schmidt again, and it's going to be out for a goal kick.
Yeah, the Gross shot had a lot of steam on it. Tough angle to shoot that from. Was going for the upper right, and just kind of got the foot around it too much. But
yeah, Groves is a fullback that's accustomed to being a huge influence on the attacking end as well. So, you know, when you see him moving up, you certainly have to take it a lot more heavily than other fullbacks you might see in the NPSL. Kunjarczyk tripped up, and Uros Jeftic all over that one as Dobrajevich playing Schmieder across. Sarver missing the tap in. My goodness. And Cleveland SC barely escaping travesty on that one. And Sarver knows he's made a mistake.
That's one that, as he lays down the night to go to bed, is going to be ringing in his mind. Doesn't get much easier than that, especially for a third-team All-American.
Well, that's a really tough one. But again, I mean, certainly if there's anybody on this pitch that you do not want to jinx in terms of their ability to be clinical, it's Sam Sarver. So we're going to see a lot more where that came from. But that one just slipping away from him. Sure, definitely still also a bit rusty coming off of, the spring season probably ended a good month ago. Not sure how it works for the D1 programs, but probably a couple of weeks since, he's properly trained.
Right.
And, of course, just getting those wheels back churning where the initial practices for Akron City. This is game week 1. So with that, about 7.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Still scoreless. A couple good chances from Akron City. And some decent pressure from Cleveland SC, but nothing exactly translating in the attacking category for the visitors. Long ball played. Summerfield going to try to sprint after this one, but it's dealt with nicely by Akron City. Back out wide. Veet. Childress. Spinning straight back into Summerfield. And some promise on this one. Summerfield! Oh my goodness! You gotta be kidding me! Summerfield catches Bowden napping, and I could not have thunk of a better way to open the scoring, to open the bank account in the 2024 NPSL season. What a finish from Ryan Summerfield.
Ty Bowden has been off his line all evening. He's been at the edge of the box making exceptional plays, and he gets burnt from about 50 out. Wow. I mean, when things aren't going your way in the attacking end, sometimes you need, a 50-yard goal, I guess.
Unbelievable. What a strike, and we're picking up right where we left off last season. Last time these two teams played, it was a 4-3 clash of titans offensively with some incredible bangers, and they are leaving off right where they left off from the last season. And now it's 1-0 to Cleveland SC, and right before the half, you couldn't have thunk of a better time to strike like that.
Wow. I mean, Akron City's got to be kicking themselves, too. They've had probably 2, maybe even 3 chances to go up, and then Cleveland SC scores a 50-yard bomb.
And that miss from Sammy Sarver just became that much more painful for the Chesterland native, but he's going to get a chance here. And I may have spoken too soon. Not this time. Sarver trying to bend that one around Polling's leg, but unfortunately just didn't get the bend, and that shot ends up near post out for another goal kick.
Yeah, a little too much speed with a little too little room, and was in a tough spot. Dude, don't blame him for that one, but he's definitely going to be kicking himself about the earlier one. He's still been electric out there.
Yeah, but with the volume of chances he's getting, I wouldn't be surprised if one ends up crossing the goal line. Dawson winning a header in the air. Bozak getting up. There's Konyarsik. Tripping a man up. I believe that's Veet on the far side. And once again, Akron City will start within their own defensive third. Sam Sarver blistering on that left-hand side. What a ball. Dobrievich trying to get that last pass over to Kingsford. Almost gets it, but bending it just a bit too much. Out for another goal kick. But now you start to see that angst building up for the visitors. The battle for I-77 here at Finnie Stadium. And so according to the scoreboard here at the stadium, it is now 30-0 Akron City in the 87th minute of play.
Yeah. I don't think it is last time I checked.
Yeah, and it's, yeah.
Unless 50-yard goals count as negative 30.
Yeah, negative 30 points.
Maybe they added that in the rule book.
Perhaps. As Schmidt lancing through that challenge. Hesitates. Playing it to the right. Trying to make something work on that side, but Cleveland SC all over it. Now Kunjarczyk. A little bit of speed on the left-hand flank. Keegan Dawson dribbling all the way towards the corner. Very little assistance, but gets a lucky touch on the ball. Plays it out. Rumlianski looked like he might have been trying to line that one up. It just gets away from him, but possession still with the boys in orange. Rumlianski, excellent physical duel. Groves winning that one out of bounds. Right back with Cleveland SC. Approached about the 43-minute mark. Still 1-0. If you're just tuning in and missed that Ryan Summerfield goal, I feel sorry for you. It's out again this time with the visitors. Oh, and Fuentes gets absolutely torched on the right-hand flank. Kingsford playing it to the right. Trying to overlap. Veet tripped up by Fuentes. And it'll be a free kick now for Akron City. Looking to put in a ball just as solid as their first. That free kick from Jonas Schmidt not too long ago. Now he'll get this one about 3 yards off of the vertex of the 18.
Akron City FC free kick.
Kingsford, Schmieder, Jevtic, Dobrijevic, and Bakoc towards the back post. Sarver situates himself a few yards behind the semicircle at the top of the 18. As Schmidt sends this one in towards the back post, and no one making that supporting run. Had not gone off of the outstretched foot of Rumlianski, and it'll be a goal kick for Cleveland SC. Just under a minute to go in half number one before whatever added time the officials decide to put on, but not a whole lot of stoppage. Just can't imagine more than maybe 3 minutes of stoppage time here in this first half of action at Finnie Stadium.
Only one yellow given out. No injuries. The one goal didn't take that long to celebrate. The whole team was already at midfield.
Yeah, that's a fair enough point as Sarver gets that one tapped away, but he'll take the throw. The slow down and opts to get it to Groves. Jeftic playing it back to his former Cleveland State teammate, Danilo Bakoc, graduating a handful of years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder again, the official time is kept on the field by the official.
And now we're into stoppage time. In the first half of action, still 1-0, courtesy of a wonderful goal from Ryan Summerfield. Throwing straight off the noggin of Yulito Fuentes. And Treganson playing a square ball over to the right for Rumlianski. Dawson towing around with that one, and these passes around the back, see that triggers the press of this Akron City FC team. Just a couple extra passes more than you need in the back, and you're going to start seeing Dobrijevic, Kingsford, and Sarver get active. As that one rolls out in the first half. In the books here at Finnie Stadium. 1-0 Cleveland FC after a thrilling finish from Ryan Summerfield. Eli, your thoughts on this first half?
You know, like you said earlier, they're trying to just feel each other out. 45 minutes, first 45 of the season with so many new pieces, new faces, just trying to see where everyone fits. And then all of a sudden, Summerfield, lets one rip from the 40-yard line of the football field, and no biggie, slots it away. But Akron City's got to be a little displeased that they're down at the half. They have had the better chances, a couple from Sarver, a couple from the other on the front three. But
Cover and a shot. What a save by Alves. Still in play. And we're back. Finnie Stadium, Berea, Ohio, battle for I-77. About to be underway for the second half of action between Akron City FC and Cleveland SC. Late in the first half, it was a miracle goal by Ryan Summerfield that still separates these two sides. Now it comes down to the final. The dangerous substitution, folks, as Aiden Wolf is in this game. The 21-year-old from Cleveland Heights, Ohio, has extensive experience in the MLS Next with the Columbus Crew. He's played with the Columbus Crew ever since his grade school days, and he is absolutely class. Now, still looking for any other substitutions, but at the moment looks like both teams running with fairly similar lineups. Levi Stevens is the other substitution. Looks like he's in the back. Might have filled in for Oral Viet, the German. But Stevens coming in as another one of the, if you will, one of the experienced guys on this team. So yeah, this is his third season with the club, third season of Akron City being in operation. Tallied 3 assists at the University of Akron, including 2 in a game against Chicago State. Now settled down at George Mason University with one of his other teammates, Kelly Janssen, who I believe is not rostered tonight. Jeftic, Sarver, the head of steam, finds Aiden Wolf into the center. Kingsford turns, looks, finds Dobrijevic lining one up, and Fuentes will block this one out. But Akron City will have a corner for their efforts.
That shot was blocked by number 3.
In the meantime, again, don't want to stay on him for too long, but finally just was able to pull up my notes on Aiden Wolf, part of the Columbus Crew squad that won the 2022 MLS Next Cup. Scored his first goal with the team in June of 2022 against Inter Miami's MLS Next team. On 8th grade, he was actually selected for the U.S. Futsal National Team. The 02-03 age group, that is. Also was the first ever signing of the MLS Next team in the Columbus Crew. So,
wow.
I mean, that's a heck of a resume there, Eli.
Right. I mean, with how close they got to a couple goals in the first half, you have to think they're getting more dangerous here in the second. I mean, it's a huge 1-2 punch with Sarver and Wolf.
Jeftic finds Sarver. Rumlianski picking him up off balance for just a moment, but here's Schmieder. One back, Konjarczyk turns. Just getting away from Schmidt. Also a former teammate of his at Cleveland State University. And now it's back with Uros Jeftic. Here's Schmidt. I believe it was Viet and Childress who were subbed off at halftime for Stevens and Aiden Wolf. Sarver gets that ball poked away by Jan Jutovic.
Yeah, pulling in goal for Cleveland SC hasn't really been tested, but has done well just collecting loose balls and distributing.
Yeah, tough because Akron City have had a lot of volume of chances, but you know, haven't been as clinical as they may have hoped. But a lot of the chances were really out of the control of Ryan Poling. A couple solid saves from him, but otherwise hasn't been up to much back there. And well, Akron City looked to change that theory in the final 40 minutes of this match. Great win from Rumlianski. Janjatovic, unfortunately, not able to bring that one down. Kingsford trying to flick that one on, but just goes straight back to Poling. There's little to no pressure to send this one back into play. On the ball, now Dawson. Try to send Summerfield on the long ball, bringing it down. Best Jeftic in the physical game, but unfortunately, no forces in the box for him to play that ball to. Cleveland SC still in position. Bozak plays Janjatovic, trying to square it into the center for Summerfield, but coming up empty. But that ball's pulled right back to Bozak, just slipping under it a bit, but Cleveland SC trying to slow down. Jerganson laying it off. Rumlianski trying to send in the cross. Aiden Wolf. Jeftic playing it back over the midfield line, but Zebrak sends it right back. And that foul, I believe Jerganson was the one that drew it right off the ball. Official initially wanting to play advantage, but Cleveland SC with the free kick. Now you got two guys that can play very good long balls. Noah Zebrak, really one of his specialties, especially back at St. Ignatius. Love to play that long ball. And as you can see him venturing up a little bit on that free kick, but treads right back to his natural territory. Schmidt cheekily getting that one past Rumlianski. Linking up with Sarver. Trying to play that one down the line. That ball intercepted, now Sarver at the top, looking for some space to wind up, tripped up from behind, official plays advantage. Dobrajevich finding an overlapping Stevens. That one deflected out and out from the touchline, and another corner kick for Akron City. Really applying pressure via these set pieces tonight, Eli.
Yeah, it's been over and over that they got in here to the corner. This one quick and short.
And it's headed away by Zebrak. Cleared out now. Bowden to react. Certainly having no second thoughts about venturing up the field even after that goal from Summerfield. See, I'm not sure if that's really just something that Bowden does as a play style, or if it's something that Andy Hogarth's really encouraging from him. Overlapping run, played it through the center, just barely escaping the grasps of Kingsford in the box. And a first substitution of the match for Cleveland SC. Petar Janjatovic will take a seat.
To Cleveland SC's great supporter group, the 6
And I believe that's going to be a John Carroll blue streak. Luca Praneta stepping in.
And bang the drum.
The Willoughby South graduate, scoring 4 goals and assisting 2 in his freshman year with the Blue Streaks. A player that I get the pleasure of calling games for over at John Carroll during the fall. He is absolutely class. His frame does come off as a little skinny, but do not let that deceive you. He's a very physical player. Very skilled, very tall as well. Shattering the program goals record at Willoughby South during his tenure there. And starting off brilliantly for John Carroll, getting his hands money even with such a stacked front line of upperclassmen. Praneta still inserted himself in there and made the difference. It'll be interesting to see how he plays some Jovanovski ball as Jerganson floating that one into the center. And Bowden will handle it with a minimum of fuss.
It was made for Akron City FC, goalie number 1, Ty Bowden.
Looks like he is going to be on the wing, so now it's an all-OAC front line, 2 blue streaks with Aiden Bozak and Luca Praneta, and the polar bear, the Ohio Northern striker Ryan Summerfield, and a tough challenge on the ball there. He's going to give a free kick to Cleveland SC. Rumjanschik in a little bit of pain. So he's hoping to walk it off, and Jurgensen and Zebrak will be over the ball for the free kick.
Akron City FC second half substitution with number 8.
Looks like they will send some numbers up. Center backs, Naguki and Zebrak, both join the attacking line.
Of course, to mostly provide some height up there. Of course, Summerfield also standing pretty tall. So the header game has some promise, and that ball, not so much promise under it. Solid defensive work, though, from Dawson, drawing that one out of bounds. The, again, local kid from Avon as well. Goes to St. Bonaventure. Returning after 10 appearances with the side last year, as Sarver's got it in the center, playing it outright. Stefan Dobrijevic trying to cross, and again Fuentes in the way. No matter how hard they've tried, Akron City just has not been able to get Yulito Fuentes out of their hair.
Besides that one yellow card he picked up, Fuentes has been spotless in defense against some pretty good competition as well. I have a sub here.
And of course, not to mention, got quite the extensive accolades list. Excuse me, just looking to see who's checking in here. Just waiting to see the number. 13. And that is going to be Matthew DeCapua. Haven't kept up with him much, as don't believe he's playing soccer in college at all, but was an excellent player for Bay Village during his time there. Actually played an indoor game with him one time. Joined our team as we were helpless against the other team, and we still lost, but contributed to a solid maybe 6 goals in 2 games. So from personal experience, I can tell you, Matthew DeCapua is the real deal. Of course, not the most reliable source, but an excellent player, a great athlete, nonetheless. As he steps on. Did not quite catch who came off the pitch, though, for Cleveland SC.
I believe it might have been Bozak.
Yeah, it was Aiden Bozak. As, yep, DeCapua does play up top, so both wingers have been subbed out. DeCapua and Pranyetes fresh legs on the outside, and a little bit of a miscommunication. Rumliansky was not anticipating a pass there. Now Schmidt playing Kingsford, penetrating the 18. Dobrijevic. Wolf plays Stevens, things slowing down, but Akron City really getting in a groove now. Schmieder. Back to Sarver on the left. Oh, and he torches Rumliansky again, but can't keep the ball in bounds. And Sarver's just been one step away from absolute brilliance time and time again tonight.
It's that end product that's missing so far. He's toasted just about every member of that back line, but whether it's that cross, he's run out of room a couple times on that touch line, or missing that sitter that he had in the first half. Hasn't capitalized on his brilliance just yet.
To the Cavaliers and Guardians and Cleveland SC, visit clevelandclinic.org/sportsmedicine. That's clevelandclinic.org/sportsmedicine.
Bit of a cluster back there, and great tackle just to evade the danger for a brief moment for Naguki. That ball floated up straight to Poling, and Zebrak gonna quickly do away with that ball that just stepped in bounds. A bit of a collision up there.
Like a slant over the middle.
Yeah,
Straight up tackle.
Little hospital ball. Nonetheless, Akron City back with it. Approaching the 60th minute of play at Finnie Stadium, still 1-0, once again, courtesy of a midfield prayer from Ryan Summerfield, catching the keeper Bowden off of his line. Stevens putting a stop to that, but right back with the boys in orange. Down to the opposite side, the Capua. Fuentes tripped up by Dobrijevic. Those two have been at each other's throats all game, but plenty of sportsmanship and respect between the two. Almost every play, Dobrijevic and Fuentes are kind of patting each other on the back. Always great to see. Fuentes trying to flick that one over the top, and that was a perfectly timed run from Luca Praneta. The danger was evaded, and Bowden will boot this out to the midfield line. Excellent aerial presence from Rumlianski. That front line not doing many favors, giving it right back to Jevtic. Danilo Bakoc. Jevtic. There's Wolf, getting a friendly little shove there. Into Capua. Flick forward and a foul off the ball. It's going to be, excuse me, looks like a throw-in. Ball trickled just out of bounds. Capua tapping it away from Dobrijevich, but unfortunately not before going through the man first. Schmidt gliding through a tackle from Kunjarczyk effortlessly. Sarver cutting inside. Tries to play Dobrijevich, and a bad touch from DeCapua, but fortunately no repercussions on the back end to receive that, as Poling will scoop it up before heading out of bounds. Praneta. Rumlianski playing it back to Poling. The fullbacks of this team certainly have been the MVPs, if I may say so myself. Of course, Summerfield, the ultimate savior with that tally on the score sheet, but my goodness. Fuentes and Rumlianski have been impeccable tonight, and hopefully I don't eat my words in the next 30 to 45 seconds like I did the last time, where Sarver successfully circumnavigating the Italian in the first half.
Another fantastic play.
Fuentes with great interception, trying to find the angle to beat Bakoc to the ball was Summerfield, but to no avail. Chopped over the top, pulling off of his line. Quickly putting that one back into the cycle. A giant divider blocking my vision of that play, but
yeah, it's like Fuentes limping, some type of fall off. He's found his way to the turf multiple times this evening.
yes, certainly no cordial greetings on the left-hand side of the pitch all night tonight, whether it be Dobrijevich, whether it be Sarver.
Fuentes still holding his hamstring. He's also got a little wrap on his right elbow that was not there in the first half, so I'm not sure if he got cut open or what, but it's been quite the shift for him through the first 64 minutes. Oh, yellow. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, but based on that yellow from Fuentes, you would think that these guys would conclude that he's not going to take any nonsense, whether it be verbal or, throwing the ball, anything like that. Clearly hadn't learned their lesson. That's another yellow in the books.
Yellow card issued to number 13, Matt.
That's DeCapua, who's been on the pitch for maybe 10 minutes.
Making an impact.
Love to see it. Everyone needs an instigator in some way or another. DeCapua is more than happy to fit that role. Naguki flying over the top. Won by Levi Stevens, and Summerfield somehow dancing his way past a couple defenders. But it's right back with Dawson again, playing that deep lying 6 position, really connecting the defensive and the offensive parts of this team to create one brilliant symphony thus far. Praneta lining one up. Wants a deflection, and he's going to get, or no, he's not.
Nope. Did look like it took an abrupt rise on its flight. The ball did, but no call.
If that was the second goal of the night, I mean,
just end the season
end
here.
the season here. It's not going to get any better for Cleveland SC.
That shot was by Cleveland SC number 11, Luca Praneta.
Sarver taking off and might have spoken too soon. Once again, laying it off. And Groves' shot blocked by Bowling. What a save from the CSU keeper again. Hasn't been too busy today, but with that said, he's been called to action. When he does, he gets the job done. And that's a great save.
All right, came screaming off his line there and just cut down the space, made Sarver think quickly and use his body, use his frame to deflect the ball. And it'll be Cleveland SC ball. Looked like it deflected off of the keeper.
Konyoshik bringing possession down. Now it's Matthew DeCapua laying it off to Luca Praneta, and that's an excellent physical play there from Bakoc. Nothing much else you can ask for if you're Andy Hogarth in that position. Great poise, great physicality. Now Akron City back on the grind. Dobrievich not on the same page as Stevens there, was expecting an inverted run, got an overlap instead. Kunyarsik dragged down by Aiden Wolf. And a yellow for Aiden Wolf. And that's a bit of a lousy card, if I may say so myself.
Akron City FC,
Yeah,
yellow
didn't
card
look
issued
like
to number 8, Aiden Wolf.
it was really that egregious.
And you can kind of argue that there was something in transition there, but
Wolf, you really haven't heard much from him coming on. I mean, guy of his caliber, of course, playing with the Crew MLS Next team, you know, all the accolades he has. It's really the first time we've heard his name in pretty much the whole half. So, especially in a 1-0 game where you need a goal, it seems like a guy who you'd want to get the ball to over and over.
Praneta moving right. This could be promising for Cleveland SC. Summerfield entering the box, and that's an excellent defensive play by Uros Jeftic, but still a corner now for the boys in orange.
Speaking of the boys in orange, the new jerseys this year are incredible. Loving the stripes. The road ones, the away ones, are also very nice with the white and the subtle design. Big fan of those.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely got the jerseys down this year.
Yep.
Really good.
Cleveland SC corner.
This is Fuentes on this one. Looks like they're going to try to run in from the top of the box, and Zabrak having a quick chat with the official, trying to be as respectful as possible to avoid any sort of yellow card. Wonderful ball by Fuentes, but unfortunately nobody quite reading the placement of it. Treganson jousting with Bakoc. Passed off Treganson for a throw.
It brought in right before that corner Dan O'Callahan, the 33-year-old Wales native from Hiram College. Quite the journey to get to this spot. Recorded the team's first ever assist for Akron City back in 2022 as the new club. Also was a men's lacrosse player at Hiram.
Yeah, never thought I'd see a Welshman play lacrosse, but there's a first time for everything, Eli.
Also quite the mountain of a man.
Yeah, he's definitely a bigger guy. Built. I would not want to meet that man in the A-gap myself, and I'm 250 pounds. So this one's booted up the line. Praneta trying to bring it down. And looks like last off with Praneta. Or they might have called a foul, getting a little too handsy with Quinn Groves on the far side. 20 minutes remain in the battle for I-77. Cleveland SC looking to continue their flawless record against their opponents from the Rubber City. There's Dobrojevich colliding with Treganson. Yeah, and Treganson not exactly giving himself up in the way that he should have to avoid the foul there, but the ball was far out of Dobrojevich's reach.
Akron City FC free kick.
And now Janis Schmidt on the free kick, 71 minutes in. Schmidt sends it in. That's an excellent win by Ryan Poling.
Like we've been saying, Poling not much action, but when called upon, he's done flawless. Had a huge save on Sarver, and then a lot of small moments like that he's showed his dominance.
It's back with Ty Bowden. Wolf quickly turns Dobrojevich, trying to beat Fuentes, but he gets the best of him again. But this time, still a chance for some menace for Akron City FC with a corner kick.
I don't think so.
Or no? Goal kick again. Can't really see anything on this sideline on the near side. As
I did see that. Who is that? That's Dobrojevich was having words with the assistant referee, kind of yelling at him. So I'm not sure what happened down there in the corner.
Yeah, I wish we could have seen it, but Baldwin Wallace does love its extremely thick dividers.
At least it's not Wasmer Field. Rest in peace to that press box.
Yeah, no comment on that. Right now, I probably would have died of a heat stroke if we were in the Wasmer Field press box. And Kingsford tripped up just outside of the 18. And another very, very solid-looking chance for Andy Hargarth's men. Sarver placing the ball down.
Akron City FC free kick.
Now we're going to have to see what they can do here. Official making sure everything is nice and tidy near the penalty spot. O'Callahan getting into it with Naguki. And now here comes the free kick. Sending this one in, and what a save! Poling coming up huge. But still not quite out of the woods yet. It's another corner for Akron City FC.
The save by Poling rising up. Might have gone over the bar anyway, but just to make sure, taps it over. I thought that was going to go indirect. He shot it right on goal.
So they cleared up the line. Kunyarsik in a foot race. Groves handles that one. Certainly had the better circumstances out of those two. Now here's the Welshman O'Callahan. Sending a wonderful long ball. Just didn't quite have the longevity on the arc. Some beautiful tiki-taka passing there, but the parade is quickly rained on. And Janis Schmidt wins it back. Schmidt penetrating the 18-yard box, tries a shot blocked by Rumlianski. Cleared away. And now it's a throw. Taken quickly. It's with Aiden Wolf.
Yeah, only 2 subs so far for Cleveland SC here in the 75th. Not sure how much Coach Jovanovski will reach into his bench.
Yeah, of course. So with the 4 remaining subs, there are 2 of them that are keepers, those being Brendan Mower and Dominic Williams. Still got Aiden Mowry. Bit of a last-minute call-up, as far as I know. Fuentes breaking that one up once again. I believe it might have been offsides anyway. Aiden Mowry and Sean Wilson are the last 2 field players on the bench for Cleveland SC. Meanwhile, still 4 men on the bench for Akron City. Ben Truax, the 33-year-old, as well as Joshua Grosser, Logan Smith, and the Brazilian from Ashland University, Pedro Faria. Stevens tries to play back. Summerfield reads it, but couldn't quite get to it. Quick throw by Dobrijevic. Bakoc. Sarver. Wonderful turn, but straight into traffic. Broken up by Naguki. Stevens joining the attack. Quinn Groves. Very quick passing here from Akron City. A crunching tackle from Yulito Fuentes, and it's going to be a foul. I think that one more so based on the follow-through, and Fuentes might want to stop talking to the assistant referee. He's on a yellow card.
You know how quick they've been to pull out those cards, too. Fuentes get as far away as he can from the ref.
I was going to say, best to assume they'll be a little bit more lenient second time around, but you really got to tread carefully. One of the matches I was calling last season against FC Columbus, a player got a yellow card for a tackle, said something to the ref, immediate second yellow, to take a very long tread to the locker room. Schmidt trying to send it in, straight off the noggin into Capua. Poling grabbing that ball through traffic and not happy with the collision he had with, I believe it was Levi Stevens. Official going to quickly calm him down. Again, Fuentes talking to the ref. Quickly realizes he's on a yellow and treads back to the left-hand side of that back 4. And another substitution waiting to check in for Cleveland SC. Summerfield's going to take a seat, and he will be, on paper, the hero of tonight's match after an absolutely astonishing 50-yard goal. Saw Ty Bowden off his line just a little bit too far. Perfect chip over the keeper into the back of the net. And I believe that's Sean Wilson stepping on. There's Fuentes. Again, eaten alive in the center. 79 minutes into the contest. Cleveland SC looking to keep their undefeated record against their friends from the other side of I-77 here in Northeast Ohio. Long ball flicked up, and it looks like they moved Praneta into the center. Konjarczyk's moved up a little bit, but looks like they've moved more into a 4-5-1. Yeah, that's Sean Wilson. He will be a sophomore next season at Case Western Reserve. Played for Avon, again, a pretty stalwart public school program for soccer in this area. Scored his first collegiate goal in just his second match in a 4-1 victory over the College of Worcester. Had 3 goals in his first season. Part of Carter Poe's system, one of the best tactical coaches in this area. I will put my life on that one. This Case Western Reserve is almost always one of the most organized teams in the entire country, especially at the D3 level. As Quinn Groves will take a seat. A well-deserved rest for him, as I believe, if I'm correct, that's Pedro Faria stepping into the game. But I could be wrong. Still haven't seen the number. And with my luck, yeah, he shall never turn around. As Konyarczyk will send in this corner. Bowden on his back foot, but still got it. Yep, that is Pedro Faria, the Brazilian from Ashland University. Scored 7 and assisted 1 in his first season there. Before then, he was a member of the team over at Kansas City Community College, where he won their Division Player of the Year. He was also a 2-time All-Conference and 1-time second-team All-Region. As Kingsford tries to play the dummy on that one, but Dobrojevich far out of reach for that ball. Here's Levi Stevens. We've approached the final 10 minutes. The dying embers of the battle for I-77 now in full swing. Schmidt, Kingsford, Sarver cutting inside, off the post, and the header saved as well by Pulling. Dear God! And once again, millimeters away from an equalizer off the post, and the follow-up save by Pulling was extraordinary. And there's a man down behind the ball, and the officials not going to stop the game. And DeCampo will send it out of bounds. Unbelievable stuff. As Sarver sent in a really promising strike, winding in towards the bottom right corner off the inside of the post. And a late shot for, I believe it was Kingsford, and Pulling with some immaculate reflexes to keep it out.
This should not be a 1-0 game, I'll tell you what. How does that ball not find its way into the net?
That's just unbelievable. The Cleveland SC have got to calm down because there's still 7 more minutes of action plus whatever the 4 officials deem in stoppage time. Dobrojevich keeping it in bounds. Off of the heel of Zebrak, another corner for Akron City. Not before a substitution. And that's Yevtich stepping off.
Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine is proud to be the medical provider for Cleveland.
This is Ben Truax, the striker, the 33-year-old. He holds the all-time scoring numbers at Walsh University with 51.
Call 877-440-TEAM or visit clevelandclinic.org/sports.
And he's looking to make an impact with some of these youngsters. This one sent it at the front post. Fuentes clearing it away. Schmidt tries to send it in. Excellent breakup. Konyarczyk navigating his way through 2 CFC players. And it's out of bounds for a throw now for Cleveland SC. And given a brilliant performance from Akron City, I mean, if you're Andy Hogarth, if you're any of the 18 guys on this team, if you're any of the social media and, you know, club members, Eli, you do not want to leave this stadium empty-handed tonight.
They've definitely been the more dominant team, but sometimes it's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no better way to put it. Sometimes it really just comes down to that. As brutal of a tale that is, it's the truth. The Sarver in the center, moving from left to right, tries to play a long ball, and that one way over the head of Dobrojevich.
I mean, Akron City, with 2 sitters, you would call definitely the first one, and that header looked pretty juicy inside the 6-yard box. And then Cleveland SC with maybe 1 chance all game from 50 yards out. Though you don't, if the score holds, you don't get the points, you still have to feel decent about the start of this new era.
Absolutely, and with 3 of your best players not even rostered tonight,
right.
It's looking upward. If you thought that Akron City could even be able to look more upward given their assembly of some of the finest players in the area, it's looking even better now.
I think the mindset is complete opposite for Cleveland SC. 3 points is 3 points, no matter how you get it.
Yes, I mean, soccer is the world's most brutal sport.
Yep.
Not necessarily for the physicality, but you can dominate a game for 89 minutes and 30 seconds of slipping up, and it's going to cost you. As Treganson eats a meaty challenge on that play. I think he's going to take his sweet time getting up with 5 minutes remaining in this contest. Schmidt helping up his former CSU and Cleveland SC teammate in Daniel Treganson.
Akron City FC, yellow card issued to number 18, Stepan Dobrojevic. Ladies and gentlemen, Cleveland SC fans, what do you think of those Cleveland SC kids out there tonight? Looking good with that Iggy logo on the front.
Orange and doing his best to engage the crowd here. There's Treganson. Finds Zebrak, and now trying to send that one in is Sean Wilson. It'll take a deflection out for a corner kick. Haven't seen a whole lot of these on Cleveland SC's behalf tonight. Like we've said, it's important to note the height on some of these guys on this team, Eli. Noah Zebrak, 6'4". Ryan Summerfield, 6'3". Alec Naguki, 6 foot. Ruliansky, 6 foot. A lot of guys, and Wilson brings that one down, but very clearly with the upper arm. Can't complain about that one, but Akron City are going to play this one quickly, or so they thought, the official having none of it.
Excellent chance there. 2 Cleveland SC players just mistimed their runs, flew past the ball early, but all completely unmarked in front of the goal.
Now in minute 87, Faria trying to beat Rumliansky. The Italian says no. And the ball boys getting things a little confused there. So did Akron City. I thought it was their throwing, excuse me.
All 48 ball boys down there.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was quite the quantity of ball boys down there. As Kunyarsik wins it. Doesn't quite have the attacking numbers, though, but flicks the ball over beautifully. O'Callahan gets a foot on it. Stevens trembles under the ball. Cleveland SC have a shot here. Almost playing it across the box. Trying to find DeCapua. Outside of maybe a few rec leagues, hasn't played a touch of proper soccer since his high school days. He's still been keeping up really well, applying some good press, putting in some solid challenges. And you got to hand it to him. I mean, those Bay guys, they never really do crack in terms of their soccer skills. Faria sending this one over. Kingsford called on sides, playing it across, and just missed through the air by Ben Truax. And Praneta will just boot this one up to Bowden to try to get things situated. We're now in the 89th minute. It's crunch time in Cleveland. Here's Janis Schmidt. Quick throw here for Akron City. Very minimal time for the visitors. But given their attacking presence tonight, Eli, a goal can come at any time from any place, and from any place really accentuated with that Ryan Summerfield goal.
I wonder how much stoppage time there will be. Couple yellow cards. 1 or 2 stoppages for injuries, but nothing major. No goals either in the second half.
That one booted up and out by Rumliansky. Boost of energy for the German Janis Schmidt, gliding through Cleveland SC, and that's a brilliant challenge on the ball. But that's an even better over-the-top ball, and what a touch from Sarver. Swinging this one in, gets past Poling, and that one looked like it had a little bit more bend than it really did from up here. I darn near thought that one was going to curve into the goal.
Just a pinch of miscommunication. Naguki and Poling each thought each other had it. And almost proved disaster.
20 seconds remaining of regular time. Then we get into the stoppages, and here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the 90
Saying the timer just went from 50 to 40 and then back to a straight 90 minutes. Unfortunately, nobody did communicate how much stoppage time we got here at Finnie Stadium for the Battle of I-77, but nonetheless, it's been an enthralling contest. And Akron City are still hungry to try and salvage a point from this one. Faria, excellent 50-50 out of bounds, throw in Cleveland SC. Wow. And official wants the sub here, and he'll get it. Last field player that's going to be able to come in, and that's DeCapua coming off. Was just recently subbed on. Not exactly sure what that's about, but it will be Aiden Mowry checking in. Mowry plays in the NAIA level for William Woods University. Had a goal his freshman year in the 2022 season. 301 minutes, only had 74 minutes of playing time last season. Telling 7 shots during his collegiate career. Truax plays Dobrajevich, cross towards the backside, and I don't think Rumlianski knew that Sam Sarver was coming in, flying to that back post. It's going to be a long throw for Stevens. Box loaded with Akron City talent. Poling again to the rescue in the air. Just a few more minutes now, and Cleveland SC might have a massive heist of 3 points in the Great Lakes Conference. And the official is telling Ryan Poling to get on with it now.
One more time, ladies and gentlemen. Who are we? I say Cleveland, USA SC. Cleveland!
Oh, Stevens flying in. I believe that's Maury, and Maury gets the yellow.
Yeah, Hurricane Rano that he's going to get put in the books for it.
Rey Mysterio in the building in the form of a outside back from George Mason University. Les Maury has barely touched the ball, and he's already in the books. On the wrong side of the head official. Again, maybe only a handful more chances for Akron City to try and salvage a point tonight here at Finnie Stadium. Again, very late in the first half, it was Ryan Summerfield that opened the scoring to take us to where we are now, 1-0 to the boys in orange. Ball floated in, Zebrak heading it away. Faria bringing it down with the midsection. Dobrajevich, stunning touch. Overlapping run from Faria. This is beautiful stuff. But Naguki reigns on the parade again, and Fuentes hip check to the ground. More time for good measure, and I'm not exactly sure what Dobrajevich has to complain about there. But still, huge sign of respect, helping Fuentes up, giving him a pat on the back. Despite his aggression tonight, Dobrajevich has been a class act through and through. This one's sent up. Praneta just off the knee. Cannonballing it out of bounds is what meant to come out of my mouth there. As O'Callaghan swings it to the left for Stevens. The final moments for Akron City. And it's going to be now. O'Callaghan. Mesmerizing ball down to the right-hand flank. Fuentes v. Dobrajevich deflecting out another corner, and I think they're going to send Ty Bowden up.
Let's see, he's been playing fifth defender all night.
And wouldn't it be poetic justice if Ty Bowden was the one to draw this game level in stoppage time? Ball sent in. Flick back. Kingsford on it. Has a shot blocked. Shot by Sarver, also blocked. Bowden at the edge of the box. Lays it off for Wolf. Take it away. Yeah, no way Trick Hansen is going to be able to bend that one into the goal from there. Although we've obviously seen Grace here, and there's Noah Zebrak. You gotta love it. From the Wildcat graduate, acting like he hadn't seen the ball as he just sent it up 10 yards. Gotta love Noah Zebrak. He always keeps things like lighthearted, in one way or another. And that's a perfect example of that. You love to see it. As Akron City send this one in. Poling can't bring it down. Flicked up. And out of bounds, and that'll do it. Cleveland SC with a critical 3 points in the Great Lakes Conference. And once again, Akron City falls short. In an unbelievable match, it was Ryan Summerfield in the 40th minute from midfield, tipping Ty Bowden, and that is what sets these two teams apart on the final score sheet. What a game, Eli.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Excellent start to each of these teams' seasons, each of these teams' new eras.
George Finnie Stadium.
Couldn't ask for a better night here from Finnie Stadium either. Just some fun soccer game being played here between both teams. You said Summerfield was the one who ultimately gave Cleveland SC the win, but man of the matches have to be the two fullbacks.
Absolutely. Yulito Fuentes and Alexander Rumliansky coming up, and they knew they had their work cut out for them tonight. They're dealing with a reigning third-team All-American, national tournament runner-up, Big Ten champion, Sam Sarver, and Stefan Dobrievich, one of the most creative wingers that the University of Akron has had to offer in quite a long time. And to add along that, Ryan Kingsford with the clutch gene as well, the Englishman, recently getting his master's degree from Loyola Marymount, also had a pretty solid career over in Akron. And through all of that, they persisted, and they locked those two down. I mean, how many people can say they locked down Sam Sarver? There are Division I players, there are people that have been drafted into the MLS that cannot say that they locked down Sam Sarver the way that Yulito Fuentes and Alexander Rumliansky did.
But also, Sam Sarver kind of locked down Sam Sarver today. Same thing with the whole front line for Akron City. A couple of huge misses that they're going to think about for a while. Really obvious chances that didn't go their way, and a couple bounces of the soccer ball, and that's 3 for the good guys.
Yeah, really solid stuff as Cleveland SC move to the top of the Great Lakes Conference alongside Steel City, who won a match 3-0 earlier on. And Akron City will start their season 0-0-1. But with that said, still have Luciano Pacoda, Tommaso Villa, and Patrick McLaughlin to join the squad. They will be at home for their home opener against Michigan Rangers FC next Saturday, 7 p.m. kickoff from St. Vincent St. Mary's Stadium in Akron. Really great venue. And I will say Akron does have a phenomenal soccer community. So that one will be very exciting. Meanwhile, the Cleveland SC, like we said, back to the top of the Great Lakes Division for now. They will play Niagara 18-12 at Finnie Stadium next Saturday. It'll be me and Vince McKee on the call. It'll be great to be back with Vince. Of course, longtime Cleveland, journalist legend, multiple-time published author, and all-around great dude. I'll be with him on the call here in Berea at 7 o'clock next week. But, folks, just want to thank you all so much for tuning into the broadcast. And, Eli, a last-minute call for you. Came back from the Guards game last night.
I did.
Saw my text message, hey, you want to call a game with me? I appreciate your flexibility, my friend, because this was a lot of fun.
How can I pass up an opportunity to watch some soccer with John Luca? I mean, it doesn't get better than this on a Saturday night, I'll tell you what. And I got treated to 3 points. Nothing better than that.
Absolutely. Hey, you guys playing from the PA speakers to close things out, and Cleveland SC has some things to celebrate. We'll see you next week for Cleveland SC versus Niagara 18-12. If you're an Akron City fan, thank you so much for tuning in and putting up with our antics. For myself, Gianluca DiGiacomo, and Eli Maestros, from everybody here at the Cleveland SC team, all of our fans and staff members, we wish you a great night. We'll see you next weekend, and go Cleveland.